And I know that you still care.
But Chuck, me and your brethren, and it grieved my spirit for you to tell us you can't sing.
I know that long time, man. I know that long time. But me practice. Practice make perfect.
You still at practice?
Still at practice. You know, one of these days, I even one day before the end.
All right. You see, what you need to do is start the live in your bathroom so the acoustic make it sound like you can do a thing.
No, I think give me bathroom tell me that too, so.
But that means you're in a bad condition, man. You're in a bad condition.
Yeah, but bathroom have the same opinion. But that's why the argument that we need to dispel with now is this small man notion, you know, the small man feeling. And I would DJ Doc, I see you come here, you know, DJ Doc. DJ Doc, I want you to come join the conversation. Now, who benefits from the social housing program? Or we say the Prime Minister give out over 350 houses so far.
It is the small man, you know, but guess what? Hear what happened. Guess what I found out?
Just I'm ready for the answer yet. Who benefits from the compassionate care grant? Who benefits from the expansion of the job for the elderly program?
No, I wasn't going to answer no Chuck. It's a comment I was going to make that what I found out is that just like Contidosan, you remember the Contidosan? Those who hang around primarily the other side, the message don't reach them. So a lot of the programs that exist is, even if they hear about it, they don't understand how it works. And so the narrative that they continually hear resonate with them. This man seemed like a reasonable man, somebody you can reason with. And I think that's a good start. Right? And once we're done reasoning with him, that natural sense of reasoning and his reasonability will kick in. I will leave the rest right here.
No, that's right. It does not sound like somebody you can reason it. Remember, that man give us an incident from when he was 5-year-old. And when he was 5-year-old, he hearing grandma that said to somebody, say, give me picnic because when school time went soon. And the question what Chops asks is this. When I was going to school at that time, government did not give out school benefit. I get once every other Friday, they have to carry me bag of school because I'll get me milk powder, me bulgur, and me calm. Yeah, when school I get holiday, I'll get your uniform, your khaki from school. Government did not give those benefits. So for his mother to be saying at that time, when school I want me no soon, something is drastically wrong.
And that is why I'm a patient with him. You know why I'm a patient with him? It's when you love your granny, it's a very tender spot in your heart, you know. So anything granny say after that, it becomes gospel. And the fact that he's willing to have a conversation and not quarrel about it, I have great hope. And you're going to see the benefit of the conversation.
Come DJ that. DJ that me saying you want to request. All right, here's Leo coming back. Welcome back, Leo. Welcome back, Leo.
Yeah, man, respect, man.
Yeah. All right, so Sir Leo. Sir Leo.
Hold on, Joshua. I want to give a heartwarming welcome to Comrade DJ Doc.
To Comrade Chops, you say?
No, Comrade Doc.
I just said Comrade Chops because me hear about a man there.
What a good friend that.
Why, be there, man, be there.
Good to finally have you on the political battlefield, sir.
Yeah, no, it can be a political battlefield for me, you know. Remember, I am seeking.
What is that?
I am seeking. Chris, what do you mean that is that? Nobody the foolish. I am seeking. I am somebody out there.
Who's that this?
That Chris, stop your foolishness, man.
Am I Bellis?
Yes, man.
Am I Bellis?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Now come off my life.
You can't come off my life and be a thief. No, man. Remember, man. We're all over the place and we are thief. we are seek knowledge, we are seek understanding. Remember, so
okay, so you're coming up with mind today.
No, my mind always good, man. Remember, you know, me not have no ammunition to fight any political war. So
you know what is good about this guy, gentlemen, for those of you,
I like to listen.
For those of you who don't know, you know what is beautiful about this guy?
Me never hear beautiful and guy put in the same statement still. That sounds like an oxymoron. But go ahead. Maybe I can learn something new. Chops. Go on, man.
It look like Chops in a bad connecting area.
No, man. It might do like a comrade them and go from people roof and try intercept them internet.
One of the, you hear me now?
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, one of the beauty about it is that this guy is supposed to be the poster child for Jamaica's growth and development.
Yes, it is.
If there's anybody that can testify to how good this country has been to them since 2016, it will have to be none other than one of the best DJ I know, DJ Doc. Am I incorrect, sir?
No, sir.
All right.
1000% right.
This man has been, since this government has been in power, this man has become one of the most successful entrepreneurs we've had. He can testify.
I have seen one of the most creative ones.
Am I incorrect in that, sir?
No, man, you're not incorrect.
Right, sir. Good.
You're not incorrect in no mean of form. That's why I say straightforward, sir. I'm out seeking. We try not to say, make we go over the fence there, make we go sit down on the wall there, make we go over there, sir. Because my strong belief is that we need a democratic process. We need two parties in this country.
A democratic process. We don't need. We have one.
We need two parties. We don't need one party at no given time. When you have one party, we get complacency, and complacency causes problem. So this is what we always need. We need two people. We need a government, and then you need a strong opposition to hold the government accountable.
A constructive opposition.
Let me repeat what we said. We need a government, and then we need a strong opposition to hold the government accountable.
And we agree with this.
Will any country have this, you will have a good government, you will have a good country. But as long as the opposition weak, you're going to have poor government. So the stronger the opposition, the better the government. That is my note.
I agree with you 100%. That's what DJ Doc.
Yeah.
100%. Now, earlier you were asking a question about the compassionate care grant.
Yeah, me hear about it.
You hear about it? Is this the first you're hearing about it?
No, me hear about it. Good while now, man. I mean, I try to see for who ever have this grant. Because remember, you know, from many years coming up, we hear some things from both sides. Say this, and we can't find nobody. We can say, all right, the person here did really get this, or the person here did achieve this, either, you know. But in today's day, I tell people, so I'm glad for social media. Because the reason why I'm glad for social media now, I don't like one time when somebody can tell a lie, and when they tell the lie, you can't know if it's a lie. It just gone down the wind. I just wash with God. Nowadays we have information right in our hand. Information is so easily accessed now. So when we hear about something now, we can reach out. Like how we can reach out to your son, we can ask.
But you hear about them things like that. I know me, you more you reach out to, because remember, you know, me is a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah. So it is possible for me to tell a lie.
Exactly.
But when you hear these things, you immediately move to the government sources, like the ministry's website. Your member of parliament is supposed to be able to point you to these things, but the ministry's website and the JL's website are the sites that cannot mislead you. So even me in myself here, who pride myself on giving people honest information, it is possible for me mislead and me brush it off. If the JLS mislead you or the government website mislead you, is a different story. So those are when you want to reach out to when you hear of these things.
Okay, all right.
So question upon that, you know, see?
Yeah.
So, you know, me no against nothing good, you know, see? My interest, you know, is what more important at all times.
As we shouldn't be.
Eh?
As we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be against stuff that is good.
Yeah, but as when we say my interest at all time is what more important, see? Because whatsoever any administration introduced to the country, and it's good for the people, and the people are really, well, as they want to use the word bad mind, the people who the bad mind are going against it. Make we use a word, the since I like to use them, see? But we still have to pay attention to the things that is very important, where I like an emergency at hand, see? And bring forward to these administration and say, listen, me, you know, this day all long, and we don't want to play no blame game again, and how moving forward after a demonstration, how we going to adjust this?
After what? All right. So let's take your two issues where you mentioned earlier, one at a time. You say road and water. Let us go with road first, right?
Yeah.
All right. So all of us admit, say, our roads has been in a not so ideal state for the longest while, since about 2020 coming up. Because why I say 2020 coming up? If we should have a flashback, we can remember that between 2016 and 2018-19, the government was doing so much road repair that we ran out of asphalt from Petrojam. You remember that?
No, it wasn't a point of correction. I never the patching of the regular road it caused. It caused from the development of the highway.
No, Leo, let me help you with that. Hold on there, Chuck.
Agree with me with that.
Hold on there, Chuck. Let me help him with that. Leo, let me help you with that, my friend. As I said earlier, you seem like a reasonable man. Let me help you with that. I lived in Spanish Town for a while, and I lived in Old Harbor for a while, you see? And when this government took over, ask anybody who is from Old Harbor, Sonny, who was on the live earlier, there was not one good road in Old Harbor. Notice I never say there was one. Where Siri Medical was a nightmare to drive. Where Sokaba is, nightmare. And all the schemes surrounding. Right? Going down to Beer Road, you couldn't find. Beside the Adventist Church, you couldn't find. Going up to Red Ground and all of them places. I mean, the place was just total chaos. When you go to Spanish Town, when you go into like Eltham Acres, Eltham View, right? Eltham Park, and all of them communities there, a stretch of road that is about 10 feet long, and I'm not exaggerating, would take you about 15 minutes to finish. 10 feet of road. That's how bad it was. And this government went on a massive drive. The only bad road that was left after 2018, 2020 was the one in front of Sydenham Park, that community, right? But all the communities right throughout Spanish Town. I mean, I spoke of Spanish Town because that's where I used to live on Old Harbor for a while, and even in Kingston, right? Even Almond Town, where I was born. Right, the roads were just terrible. And when you go there now, you have to make a bad road in order to find one. Right. So what he's saying is true, sir.
All right. So what you say when the government take over, see?
All right, so I'm saying no. Well, let me continue. So I'm saying no. During that time, the government fixed so many roads. The road fixing program was so robust that we ran it out. And that was a positive.
So as the Virgin says, Leo,
make me have a little reasoning first. So what happened to the world between 2019 and 2021?
All right, so.
Leo?
You refer to me? You know, the question.
What happened to the world during 2019 and 2021?
No, but listen, we couldn't blame pandemic.
No, what happened to the world between 2019 and 2021?
We have a pandemic. We have a pandemic, but we still can't blame the road pandemic.
Well on, Leo.
Let me just take it one step at a time. Address one question. You have to
one at a time.
Yes.
One at a time. So that happened to the world. No. What effect did the pandemic have on Jamaica?
The world's economy first and foremost, and then Jamaica.
You know, so to be honest with you, I think them blame the pandemic thing out of proportion in Jamaica.
That is your personal belief, Leo.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter whether I blow the proportions or not. The world economy shuts down.
All right. One moment there, Chuck. Let me help you a little. Leo, let me help you to make the connection. You earlier you heard about GDP, right? The word GDP.
Yeah.
Right. So GDP is the money that you earn internationally for the goods that you sell, whether it be through export or the services that you offer. So it's gross domestic product, and it's the total amount that you earn. With the world shutting down, no money was coming into the country. Tourism, that is our biggest exchange, foreign exchange earner. Shut down. We couldn't make no money.
No, listen to me. Me not go agree with you on that, because me know say tourists never tap come to Jamaica during the pandemic. Me live in a tourist. All right. So the thing the tourism shut down. Use something else.
Let's not use the word shut down. It's slowed down dramatically.
All right, Mr. Chuck. Maybe we don't have 100%. We don't have 100%, but it never less than 70%.
No, sir. What? No, man. We're beyond.
Don't do that, Leo.
Mr. Chuck, listen to me, man.
Leo, you have another phone?
Mr. Chuck, hold on. Listen to me. Let me tell you something. That's why I tell you something.
Tell me something first. Tell me.
You see first, and everything we hear on the media and people talk about, we believe. You see, when you see things for your own self, Mr. Chuck, me live in a Montego Bay, Zane, and so when you come in a Montego Bay town, the whole of Barney Street closed down. If police catch you, they don't care, go lock you up at Freeport, and that's like 100,000. See? You see, from the East Strip, from Baton Road, run right through 24 hours. Do you know what? You know how many know? Me buy a bike and me do construction, see? Me buy a bike in a pandemic, see? And me say me have to feed me pitty them. Me use me 4 feet level. I'm pushing out the bag in my back, so and me ride out the whole of St. James and work a place where people now go. So me see everything I go on. Tourism never drop less than 70%.
All right.
Leo, hold on, Joshua. I think Leo, all right. Me try more get away from me. Can I explain it to you, Leo?
No, yeah. While you think through it, let me help him to understand. Leo, remember tourists were here before flights were stopped. Right? Those tourists now have nowhere to go. Right? But no new money was coming in. They were already trapped in the country. Remember, government had to put them up free of cost in a hotel, pay for them to stay, and provide food for them.
You're trying to get money You're trying to get me to believe that out of the 2 years them where we lock down the tourists that come in and come out of Jamaica.
But the flight's not coming in. How them going to come in, sir?
No, not go someone.
Leo, listen to me. Me don't want you to get stuck this because me wish me, Leo, tourism arrival during the pandemic was less than 30% of what we used to get. Less than 30. Go to the Jamaica Tourist Board website and look up that information to me, please. Less than 30%.
That's why I was asking him if he have another phone, because I wanted him to check for himself.
30% of what we used to get. Yeah, Leo? That is what we want you to know. Don't even check. Hold on. Don't even check the Jamaican website, you know. Yeah, what we want you to check. Check the international travel website and you will see these numbers. Less than 30%.
I said to you, say, people in coming to Jamaica where
yes, people are still coming in. But revenue to the government fell by over 70%. So even though the government was getting less money, you know what the government still have to do? Pay every single public sector workers. All of them. Never miss 1 day salary. Not one of them was laid off. Remember, you know that?
Well, as I say, I'm not going to disagree with you, Mr. Chuck. I'm not going to disagree with you. As I say, tell you something with me. You see? I know the big thing them bother me.
But Leo, you have to help to understand. And that, one moment, dear Chuck.
All things where you look on
Leo.
lead to the big things.
Leo.
Hold
on there, Leo.
Hold on.
Just a minute, Leo. That is why we have what is known as the NIR, because when you're not earning, you see things now.
If you're going to agree with me, Zane, if you're going to agree with me, Zane, you know why me say the administration and not pay attention. Me go on company platform now and me go and say, boy, the big things not really affect me then, not so much, Zane. And me pay attention to the small things, Zane. You see, as a leader, you have to agree with me, because you see when you come on to one time like now election and people are going to vote. These are the people where you depend upon if you elect, if you put your back in the post. So you can't pay attention to the big people alone. You have to always keep your heart.
Big people, Leo, who benefit from a free Hartress NTA? The big people are the court.
Well, so in a pandemic, have you seen art in lockdown, see, but you still say to me, say, all government workers, you still get paid. So me, don't when on a work, see, when you go and meet for me at what time. Mr. Chuck, we have to look on this up here.
Leo,
we have to.
Leo,
care packages.
Leo,
care packages. You're getting care packages.
Jesus Christ.
All right, hear the question when me ask.
No, Leo,
because during the pandemic, we have less flights. Nobody can contest that. We have less revenue coming because we have less flights. Now, we go through a pandemic, we go through COVID, we come and we go through a hurricane. We resources, we definitely go under strain, we go under pressure, we go under problem money-wise. Nobody can say we not go through the period. So we go through a hurricane, we go through a pandemic, but yet still when we come out of it, we have a massive wage increase. Please help me out with that part. Can remember, man, as what I say, man, I'm a political arm, so I'm just a seek. I am just seeking. We go through COVID-19, we go through a hurricane, but yet still after we come through all of that, there were money there now for a massive increase.
All right, now, so let us go step by step.
Increase who you attack?
Increase with the bigger heads them. No,
okay.
No say that.
But that's how you go, Chuck. That's how you go.
You call teachers, police, soldiers. Bigger heads?
No.
Yeah, man, the principals. We're not talking about
No. Every single teacher, not just principal. Every single teacher, sir.
Provide me with a
Let me give you a website that you can go to for yourself and find the information. Hold on. Let me give him the information. Because him must provide him with the information. Get a pen right now and write this down.
Hold on.
Get a pen right now and write this down.
Hold on. But remember, say, I have teacher friends. I have teacher friends.
Sir. Get the pen first.
I have soldier friends.
Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. May I give you information? Don't take ears. May I give you a source?
Joshua, hold on. I want to ask if any SWMA workers who got more money and was removed from contract to permanent workers, 3,500 of them, you're saying they are the big people? And the small people that receive benefit from government? May I ask you this question, Lee? Let me not just put out NSW, the people who work in sanitation, garbage collection, and them me talk about.
How much percent you then get when they get it?
Hear this part here. 3,500 of them. Did you hear that part? 3,500.
All right, listen.
You hear a lot of people talk. You know on the focus point, hold on. You know on the focus point? On the focus point, 63 members receiving raise. and forget about in a one sector, 3,500 people get raised.
But
Honestly, no.
maybe just
You know,
maybe where we are paying
like,
attention to
hold on, bro, hold on. Leo, hear me for a second, Leo. You see the 3,500 people in the NSWMA will get raised. If you calculate how much it costs the government, it costs them way more than what it costs the 63 members. I bet you that.
For the information now, you have the pen and paper.
Doc, you have the pen and paper?
Doc, same one, the proof.
Unmute your mic, Doc.
Doc, unmute. And get your pen and paper.
Doc, unmute, man.
But all right.
All right, yeah.
Make your talk.
All right, so hold on, Chuck. Let me give him the information. You have your pen and paper ready?
Yeah, man, yeah.
MOFP, write that down.
Yeah, MOFP.
Summary, SUMMARY,
Yeah.
of public sector salary increase. And read everything, because what it does, it tells you some of who got wage increase and the amount and where it's coming from and when it started and where it is now.
Okay. A question, Joe. The follow-up question is the percentage.
You will see
all of that on the website.
All of that is there.
You know? All right.
All of that is there. You don't need me to tell you. It will be right in front of you.
But hold on that. Let me make you listen to Fluffy. Fluffy, talk to that. Tell that. You working at the public sector. Are you a top honoris, Fluffy?
No, sir, I am not. Good afternoon. I am a teacher at the bachelor's degree level.
Not a principal, as Doc said.
No, I'm not a principal.
Good day to you, Fluffy. How much percentage raise did you get?
Good day. I got a 20% raise.
Come on,
Okay.
Fluffy. Are you happy about
So
that?
much-
I would say people get almost 200
People get 300.
300.
Doc.
Fluffy, I would be a
Yes,
CM fix.
can
Fluffy,
you,
me not tell them me
I
no want
was
that.
brought up to the box to speak.
Doc.
Can I speak?
Doc.
Yes,
Doc.
considering the
Yeah.
circumstances.
Read the document for yourself and you'll have a different perspective.
Yeah,
Considering the
man.
circumstances. Can I speak?
I still gonna read it, man. You're listening Fluffy. Give Fluffy the floor. Take the floor,
One
Fluffy.
second. Now, me have one
Yeah.
question here, Doc. One question. Doc,
Yeah.
one question here.
Yeah.
Would you suggest that the government give everybody in the public sector 200% raise?
I
That
believe
is
in
suggested?
fairness. Yes, I believe in fairness.
Everybody to get 200%.
Yes, man. If everybody can get,
Yes.
if one can get two,
Yeah.
everybody can get two.
Doc.
If everybody can get one,
Doc,
but
you know why that put
Do you know
nothing?
how much it would cost?
Doc,
Doc,
you
do you know
know,
how much it would cost to do all of that?
no,
Can
it's
you
not
tell
just
us?
the cost, Travis.
Do you know how
Travis,
much it would cost?
it's not just the cost. Let me explain to Doc what is happening. Doc, let me explain to you what took place, what the government did, because apparently you don't realize, and that is why you speak the way you do. Right? What the government did is that you had 300 plus different wage salary scales. Right? So 5 persons doing the same job, and you have 4 different salary scale. And it's the exact work what we're doing. What the government is embark on a drive so that everybody can get the same pay for the same work. Now, how did we arrive at that place? Because what the PNP did, you're a loyalist, so you get a job, and because you loyal to the party, you get a job and you get a higher pay than the other man who did a long time, right? And him doing the exact job than you that you are doing. So what the government said, in order to make it fair for everybody, we are going to make sure that everybody doing the same job get the same pay for the same job. So everybody couldn't get the same amount of increase.
Doc, what you missing? The public sector went through a reclassification. Travis, your background noisy. The public sector went through a reclassification. Now, because of what the media put out that, and is what is causing the problem. The media run and they broadcast the political directorate salary, then put that on front line. Now, nobody put the judicial, nobody put where the judge them get. The judge them get a bigger increase than the parliamentarian in terms of percentage. The teachers, the principals all get the salary move upwards of 100%. That is because of the reclassification. However,
and in some instances up to 347%.
350%. However, that the percentage of wage increase as come to the collective bargaining was 20. But the reclassification was saying we are move up everybody's salary to scale. Move up everybody's salary by at least 100%. Even
So hold on, so Mr. Chop, hold on, come me I try to learn as a tuner, see? As me say, me just critical thing kind of. You're saying that Miss Fluffy, Zin, come up, you call her up, and she come up and you ask the question, Zin. She says she get 20% raise, Zin. But hold on, yet still, even though she get 20% raise and when they do them maths, Zin, cross the board. She, if it applauds the government, to give her 100% rate, but only 20% she receive.
All right.
Ask Miss
All
Fluffy
right.
this. Hold on, Joshua. Hold on. Miss Fluffy,
Yes,
what
sir.
was your salary before the reclassification the other day?
We can't talk about my business.
no,
We're
my
talking
life.
about race. We're not talking about salary. We're talking about race.
I may not even remember that the figure. I may not even remember that the figure right now either. I have a thing. I want an email because I have a document regarding that wage increase thing to send to you.
But I just told
What the longest
that what it was.
Miss Fluffy. So since that's Chuck your answer me, Zin.
Hold on. I'm going to answer you. I just remember say one nurse. Me have a payslip for one nurse. So let me pull up what two payslip for the nurse it sent me. Hold on. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I pull up the payslip for the nurse it sent me.
This.
Just remember to me after. Classification. The nurse sent me
Miss Fluffy, we want your business, Miss Fluffy. Because we want to put the money there together.
No,
We're not talking about the business.
I don't want Miss Fluffy. You see me from Leo.
And look here, you guys put me up and you hardly give me a chance to speak.
Miss Fluffy, me just in the answers. What I am canvassing fine, Miss Fluffy. But what I feel if the government are treating of fear like how them are treat themselves, because I think the teacher them are the backbone of the country, you know. So me always
the nurses are the backbone of the country. The doctor them are the backbone of the country.
That is what we're concerned about too.
All right, so why?
All of us are backbone of the country.
The ministers are the backbone of the country. The people that
if you agree,
but Leo,
Hold on. The teacher really the background, and the teacher teach everybody, you know.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, hold on.
We must deal with logic. Lord have mercy. No, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. Fluffy.
I was just saying we must deal with logics. When I heard about the parliamentarians' increase, I wanted to know why such a large increase. But then I learned that the parliamentarians had not received an increase since 2011. So with all of that added up, it would have sound so much.
Okay.
You see, and then the other thing is we have what, 63? How many parliamentarians we have?
63.
63. All right, plus A. How many teachers do we have in Jamaica?
25,000. 25,000.
Miss Fluffy, listen to me. As me say, me a critical thing.
Let me finish saying what I'm saying. The logics of this is, and plus, we are only part of the group of government workers. The logics is the larger the group, the less the increase is going to be. Because be practical. If you get up as a government and say, all right, we parliamentarians receive 300% raise, so we're going to give the government workers 300. That is a recipe for failure. By the other month or by 2 month time, they could have paid none away. So look here, it makes sense to behave grudgeful and bad mind.
Miss Fluffy,
And I look over in the other person.
We're gonna talk.
Hold on to that. Hold on to
In
that.
the other person's pot.
All right, hold on to
Miss
that.
Fluffy.
And you know what?
Miss Fluffy, you're going down the wrong road, Miss Fluffy.
No, I'm not going down the wrong road. I am
Yeah, man.
who is
We are
who is
thinkers.
the
We are
Let me speak.
thinkers.
I appreciate the raise that I receive from government each time I receive, because in my year I was never fortunate enough to receive a double-digit raise. It was always assist.
Fluffy,
Give you 7% or in 1 year and 3 in the other, and if a 5% a 3 and then
Fluffy,
2.
it is great to show
I
appreciation,
know how
Fluffy.
much, how long and hard
Fluffy,
I suffered under the
Fluffy,
as a
Fluffy,
teacher.
Fluffy, it is great. Fluffy, it is great for you to show appreciation. That is lovely. What am I saying now? Is that, remember, we are coming out of a pandemic where the country did have less growth because no plane never land. No only ship never ever come because we go through a pandemic. We go through a pandemic and we go through a hurricane. So everything is about time. Me I come there, chop, please.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me give you this bit of information. During the height of this discussion, a nurse did send our PSC.
Yeah.
Now, in 2022, let me make sure, yes, 2022, the nurse take-home salary was
Oh my God.
$86,494.54. That was before she got her increase. Remember the figure, $86,494.54. That was her salary. Her take-home pay now, after the increase, is $262,591.82. What is the percentage increase?
Yeah, man, I have to scrap it.
This is a
So I guess
regular.
what? This couldn't screw on until I take off the base.
200% increase. Flatly.
What is the percentage increase in that one? That please, no percentage. One that work it out for me. Before the increase, that 86,000 was her monthly take-home salary. After the increase, 262,000. What is? Yes, after tax. This is our net pay. 262,000.
I know she bring home 262.
Yes.
So we say she gets what, 253%?
That is the increase you receive.
No, she's what kind of nurse?
A regular nurse.
Nobody twist up the argument. Chuck, give me a second. Let me just jump up. Good afternoon, Doc, and good afternoon, Leo.
Yeah.
Now, me, I want to say, when I search for information, because the government not treat.
I'm me and Leo alone. You tell good afternoon?
No, man, I tell everybody
Good
good
afternoon.
Okay. Good evening already. Now, here what my issue. Here what my issue. Because not because of the on TikTok. These discussions are substantial, and I wonder if some of us understand the length and breadth of the world that these discussions are carried sometimes. And I do not believe that some of us who question these things are asking legitimate questions. I do not believe that some of us are being patriotic even in our thinking and our questioning. There is no way anybody can question the fact that it is only the JLP government who have ever paid the public sector workers the best. Nobody can question the fact.
You're going down the wrong road. You're going down the wrong road. No. I am not on that road.
That since 2000, you disrupt me just like I disrupt Fluffy look while. Shut him out and make me say what I say no, man.
Doc,
But when you say, and when me no want hear, me not on the road, me want to have a conversation. I am speaking. Wait now. I am.
Doc, you don't understand how is it that you alone on the right way. Everything anybody say,
no, remember, I am a speaker. After you talk, please, me begging to talk. After you finish.
The last politician that was given a raise and he gave himself the raise was PJ Patterson. Him raising pension just before him stepped down. The last politician that in Jamaica will get a raise. You know the last set of people who got a raise in 2008, and that came after about 7 years of wage freezes. The teachers, Bruce Golden brought them 80% up to market. They were the last person who got a central raise in Jamaica. That the private sector rate, 80%
I am a political dunce. I am a political dunce.
Everybody know a PMP a political dunce.
I am going to read it. Yeah, man. I am a political dunce. I am not here to battle.
But I'm teaching and you're disrupting.
With you.
If you don't listen, I accept
that. I accept everything that you say.
How are you going to learn? Why are you disrupting the class?
Gentlemen, can I say this though? Can I say this though? We can.
I like this part.
We can do a little better. We don't have to go personal.
When you see when you come down, I know say every PMP dunks. Me not like that discussion. I tell you the truth.
No, what me I say? We don't have to be disrespectful. But we have the discussion. If the gentleman raise a question and persons want to provide clarity, provide the clarity. But we can provide the clarity without going on the disrespectful road. But we don't diss nobody, man. No.
Me not like the dunks part. You see me?
No, we don't like that. Because that can be bridging, you know.
Chap, let me ask you this question. Right quick, Chap. Is it that cutting off everybody disrespectful also?
But we never hear it, you know. No, that's what I'm saying. We never hear it. I'm driving. So I got in and out. So just hear the thing a while ago and say. No, and if he is cutting off anybody, Doc, you can't do that. We have to operate with some decency, man. But you know, we don't want to disrespect nobody, brother. Whether by cutting off or talking over or hearing insults, because keep it civil. Because as you just said a while ago in the bridging, this is a serious discussion, you know. It's a serious discussion. It's not a discussion to take lightly because a whole heap of people listen to it. And if we really mean our brothers and sisters and the good, put the accurate information out there. Because I don't think that is unreasonable and cannot be convinced. When you present facts to him now have no choice but to soak it up, you know. No choice at all but to soak it up.
Chops, the only problem with that though, he admits that he doesn't know. But guess what? When something is presented that him think him shouldn't hear, him interject and cut off instead of listening it through.
Well, make you try it again. Doc, you can't do that, man. You have to listen, man.
Let me tell you when we kind of realize what going on here. See? All right.
Yes, if you're having a discussion, you cannot be selective with what you want to hear.
All right. Hold on.
You'll probably hear more than what you want to hear, but it's a discussion, and what you are not interested in, another person may be interested in it.
When me I try if
no man, I had to scrap it down.
You see, in the debate them on the platform, I listen to it sometimes and I follow you, I depend here, listen. It's like how when you raise a topic, and if somebody answer your panel, and one next person come on, and I had something, it kind of cause one little thing for you to really follow up on what you not say. You understand me? So sometimes,
yes, I understand.
Sometimes that cause our brother to kind of tip in. You
Leo,
understand me?
if you have a follow-up question, just make a note, and when you finish, you can.
Fluffy about me ask the question and say if they sit well with she about the 20%. See? All right. It's chief on this now. I'm going to ask me. Well, I'm going to ask Miss Fluffy how much she get for pay with that relevant for you. So now, you understand me? Sometimes I don't really.
I am on the Minister of Finance. I am on the salary scale now. Can you know I may go through them now and give you know the level of increase where everybody get?
No, I'm not ready for that yet, Chuck. I still want to ask the question and I'm going to get the answer first.
It's relevant to the conversation.
Hold on, Joshua.
Yeah.
That original question was the timing at the end.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
And if the background so nice, That's the timing of the increase is my question. Right? But Doc, let me ask you this. No.
Yeah.
From when the discussion for the reclassification, when did it start?
Don't know.
It started from about 2017 for the reclassification. Now, how businesses work as well as government. You see, once business starts salary negotiation, you know what them do? Them set the money there aside. Put on this money.
So
that is how
I want to correct something you said, bro.
Yeah, what on the trouble? You understand that, Doc?
Yeah, man. Me
All right, so once the negotiation start, the government would set that money aside. So we have a negotiation coming up. We are expecting to pay this amount. This money have to put up. Okay?
Yeah, man. Me follow you.
All right, sir. So that is why coming out of that money would have already been set aside. Or that in case of government, that money would have already been budgeted for.
But Chuck, remember now, we are come out of pandemic and we are come out of hurricane.
No, we can't mix the hurricane in it because the raise were granted before the hurricane.
Before the hurricane.
Yes.
Okay. But what me I say now is that we are budget for something. Let me just say that money was there, put down already then. That's the way I said.
It was already budgeted for.
And you account for already. That means
So,
then,
Doc, can I help you to understand this argument about budgeted for?
Yeah.
But you're saying when next year, I expect to get 50 million. Out of the 50 million, I expect to spend 35 million. Out of that 35 million, teacher to get 10, doctor to get 5, politician to get 15, and then you go down the road, right? So what you're doing, even though you don't collect the money yet, because you had started the discussion, so the first opportunity you get to pay it, you're going to do it. You may not necessarily get to pay it, because the money may not come in, but you were expecting it.
That is the question.
That's why you big up my friend Bumper in the chat.
Yeah.
Doc, why you big up Bumper in the chat in the Bumper there?
Bumper, big up yourself in a Bumper. Big up yourself.
Because this ain't there I learn too, you know, see? Because we have to try to follow up and listen, you know, see? You say whenever them come up with something like that now, for the people then get raised, the money set aside. Because that you're saying.
Yeah, I said it is in terms of government, it is budgeted.
Oh, so in a budget.
Yes.
So
because you want to go me down there with you. Come.
So you set aside now budget, see, and the budget come and say if they make like $50 billion, they must say boy, $20 billion to pay who want to teach them. So what if that money not coming? How then go about
If it don't come, you can't pay what you don't have.
You can't pay right now.
If it don't come, you can't pay what you don't have.
Okay.
And that's why it's not a budget based on like oh we're gonna sell this and sell that. It's tax revenue. When you look at your possibilities of taxes, it's like so we have 3 million people, we expect to get 12 billion in taxes. That's how they build the budget around that.
And not just tax. Travis.
Go ahead, please.
So the budget actually read off of promises then?
The budget is read off of projections, not promises.
No, I would say promises.
Hold on. Let me help him again.
Promises, sir.
Chucky, let me help him again. Hold on there, Travis. Let me help him. So, what a budget is, you're saying that I go collect this money. Go collect some taxes, or for the taxes we are going to collect this money, or we should collect this money. So we must get it, but that's what we expect, right? We have some other things that that bring in revenue, and that is why we call it revenue, right? We are expecting these things to bring in these money. So when they come in, if they do come in, then these are the bills. Much like how you treat a yard, right? You expect a boy weekend.
Point of order, sorry. I think we give you a miss a while ago. So my time, if the government don't make the projection, what them either do, one of two things them do. Either they go borrow some money or them impose new taxes for the people.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Tony. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I'm saying I like these.
Oh no, that is not correct. That is not correct. That is not correct. That is not correct. That is
Correct it, Chris.
That is not correct. If the government has a shortfall, that's what it is called in budgetary terms. If the budget has a shortfall, the government prepare what is called a supplementary budget.
No, sir. If the government amount that is expected to collect won't cover its expenses, then they implement new tax. Or they go back. Sorry.
No, sir. You're
ordinary government, this one. Ordinary governments are governments of the past that have done that.
Listen to me.
What you're reading is what exists under PNP government.
Yes.
No,
but government don't have.
Chops, we're not thinking of whichever party. We are just saying that this is
No, but what I'm saying to you, that's not how you fix. Gentlemen, slow down. That is not how a shortfall is fixed by imposing taxes. That is not how it is fixed.
Wasn't that how it used to happen?
Under
Chops, yes or
PNP,
no?
that's what I said.
So
PNP.
still not take away from the fact that it happened.
What I'm saying to you, whenever there's a shortfall, a supplementary budget is created, monies are reallocated, right? So there's monies moving from whatever the amount you would have predicted for one ministry, then you move monies around. Because the provision for a shortfall, the budget is not finite, It's not that we are going to collect $10, and if we don't collect the $10, then we drop in our hole. No.
Beg a second now. Let me just go through this real fast. As can to that, that said the government give them Tapanaris friend only 100% increase. I am on the documents here for the salary scale for the government. I'm going to give you just two. This is for an accounting technician. Just a regular.
It's the same document that I gave to him to Chuck.
No, what on Joshua? In 2022, the previous salary was 1,191,000. In 2022, that salary would move to 1,753,000. In 2023, it will move to 1,984,000. In 2024, it will move to 2,191,000. That, how much percent increase is that? That from 1.1 million to 2.1 million.
Remember,
how much percent is that?
My question was about the timing.
Yes, and I answered the timing issue.
The timing.
Yes. But question, do you accept my explanation?
So, 2017,
yeah, we are hearing that.
You have an echoing.
My thing was about the timing. The timing was my thing, and I'll explain it to me.
All right. So you go with the timing. All right.
Yeah. My thing was about, we are come out of the pandemic. So why we go through this high pay increase when we are come out of a pandemic, when the country never collect much revenue? So that was my question.
All right.
It was planned from as far back as 2017. I think it was Mr. Pickersgill who get up and call the Prime Minister on the politician's behalf and say, remember, we don't have no union representative. You are representative in yourself. So you have to fix this thing here. And from right there, they decided to do an entire upscaling of the public service. So a lot of people jump on it, blame Andrew, but when they talk about when and where it was initiated, who initiated it,
another sector, these are mass communicators, just a visual technician who works for the government. Previous salary, 7.7 million. How much percentage that? That is the art of visual technologies. We're not done yet. We are going through everybody, you know. Just a run through. This is which brand? Yeah, same brand. Information and editorial services that cover under the same thing. Management services group, information, this cover under the same information technology. But all this salary from 1.9 million to 4.2 million.
Because what me I say now, regardless that
social workers group, these are social workers. Previous social worker salary 1.6 million. At the end of 2024, it moved to 7.7 million. Okay? So these are not 20% increase that. Listen to me, you know, because people have this thing to say. These are government workers we are talking about, you know. Social services, state social services, office public service worker. These are stenographers are these things. They are the stenographers who type out in a parliament. Previous 1.8 million to 3.5 million. How much percentage? That is for Leo, who did ask about the percentage.
Yeah. So hold on, before you go no further, Zin, because you're going through about 7 or 8 years so far, you know, Zin. Me still not hear nobody down here say anything. Me still have me not hear nobody down a lower part down as far we did down as still all now.
Like who?
The lower set of people them down here. So like the hotel workers.
Hotel workers are government workers. Hotel workers are government workers. Hotel workers are working government. Chuck, calm down, man. The man cannot come to get the understanding.
My question.
Leo,
good evening, gentlemen. My question.
The hotel servants are workers of the government. They are actually working for a private entity, which is the owners of that particular hotel which they work at. Leo, insane or no?
Hold on. Because I come to learn. I'm if you ask questions in. But you say hotel workers don't come under government, not true?
No.
All right.
So they make it a real law of the country.
Hold on. So you tell me, say no, Zin, the same government we set the rates for the 200%, the 300% we know about, and the 250 all of them we are talking about, Zin. The best him could have done, Zin, $1,000 for the minimum wage.
Let me explain it.
Leo, what was the minimum wage in 2016, Leo, unmute your mic. What was the minimum wage in 2016? Leo, unmute your mic, sir. What was the minimum wage in 2016?
$15,000.
Captain, you're too fucking loud.
You know here on Chuck.
What was the minimum wage in 2015?
6,000.
6,900. What is the minimum wage?
No, 6,200, Chuck. 6,002, not 6,900.
What was the minimum wage today?
16,000.
Is that $1,000?
All right, me ask you a question now,
It's
see?
not $1,000. Me know why you ask me nothing.
No. No.
Come on, the minimum wage, Leo.
Chuck. I want to hold it for percentage. See, me say me a critical thing. Now, we don't line up a video.
Leo, calm down. You say you make me cuss a while ago. Leo, now imagine you were able to pack up everything the government get together, but you were unable to pack up what the minimum wage increase was. You see how you're disingenuous, Leo?
No, I'm not disingenuous. You have to think about everybody that me say because the same place where the government people buy.
Hold on. Chuck, give me a chance. Chuck. Give me a chance, man. Chuck, give me a chance.
Just let me done with it.
No, you calm down. Hold on, let me deal with it. Give me a second. Leo, remember this. You see, the same politicians and government workers, they don't get no raise since 2011. Now, if you say from when they get them raised now in 2024, 2023, they got what? 200%, they said 300%, fine. Now, when you look by minimum wage from 2016, no, not 2011, 2016 to when it is raised in this year, right? It would have been 158% they would have gotten. So I don't understand what your growth is. They got an increase year by year to catch up. The people had to wait from as far as 2011, which is 14 years.
Hold on. You see thing about it, me kind of think different from one of six.
Leo, hold on. Understand this. You know why you go
the comparison. And now we are going to tell you, say, we are making the comparison, Leo. Come on, Leo, man.
Hold on, Chuck. Me have something more to add. Leo, let me add this quick. The government is paying these salaries with them raised, you know. You see the minimum wage worker salary, and the government pay. So the government can't just go tell you. Let's say you have a helper to take care of your children. The government will just come in and tell you to pay them 30,000 or 40,000 or 50,000, not knowing what your income or what your business is generating. And that's straight work, Leo. And that's straight work.
I have two questions for Leon, Chuck. How does the hierarchy, the organization flow chart of government, how does it flow in a few eyes? How it works? Or what it looks like? Sir Doc, you can answer that one there for me.
Don't understand the question, Mario.
All right. So from the Governor General down, how is it that the flow chart of governance flow in public sector?
What do you mean by flow chart?
No, hold on, Mario. Talk in simple terms, man. You conflate the thing and speak in terms about the people that made it.
All right. Say it how me want.
Talk about structure. Talk about structure. And all of
the general. Who come next?
The Prime Minister?
No.
Who come next? What the purpose
of the Chief Justice? The Chief Justice.
Chief Justice come next.
Okay. Yes. Then you have the Prime Minister. Yeah. Then you have the Finance Minister. Then you have the ministers of different ministries. Then you have the Permanent Secretary. The police fall in that, the Chief of Police fall in that flow, right? And then it fall down the same chain, right? The issues that your guys are having in terms of the percentage of the Prime Minister, and I forgot to name below I think below the Prime Minister is the opposition leader, or he comes a little bit below the Finance Minister, right?
The opposition leader get paid more than the
finance but let me just explain something, Travi,
the opposition leader get like 20.
Travi, let me finish now, man. Let me finish, maybe point two. The permanent secretaries are the people who run each ministry, even in the Prime Minister office, right? You get what I'm saying? DJ.
Yeah, man, me follow you.
All right. What is the salary?
No.
No quote me 100%, but they're getting between 20.
Mario, hold on, Mario. Let me put it this way to that. Based on a salary scale that was set up by Percival Noel James Pattison, ministers of government get $1 more than a permanent secretary. Perhaps you can correct
How
me
much
if
the
I'm
Prime Minister get?
$1.
You're right on that.
More than a permanent secretary.
The Prime Minister did not take a wage increase.
Prime Minister
Relax,
salary should not be a discussion. The Prime
Minister
Minister's
did not
salary
take
should not
a
be a
wage
discussion because he
you have
is
the
not the
Governor General
recipient
then
of
the
an increase.
opposition leader.
Exactly. But the rationale chopper. What you want to do is to show people what is clear that they are missing. Because you're asking a member of parliament to be a minister and getting less pay than the CEO that is reporting to him, which is the permanent secretary. Am I wrong to ask that question? So
No.
because of the fight that we are having in Jamaica, the Prime Minister makes the decision that he will not take an increase. So his permanent secretary is making more money than him. The Chief Justice is making more money than him. And the opposition leader is making more money.
That is not even the issue we are discussing. The issue
No,
we
but
are
they
discussing
200% have to do with
because of
that.
the backwards reasoning of comrades who are saying, like Mario, not like Leo, who are saying that the government take 200% while only putting $1,000 per minimum wage. And Mario, that is a blatant lie you tell. And
No, it's ignorance. It's ignorance, Chuck. Chuck, it's ignorance.
It's not ignorance.
It's ignorance.
Yes,
It's
Chuck.
not ignorance.
Chuck, wait no man. Chuck, here why me tell you.
Don't buy into it. Don't buy
No
into it,
man. No, listen me.
Jammy.
Look here now. Look here now. If you all right, see here, you see wait. Why my name? Joshua, stop me. A lot of people in Jamaica don't understand the structure of government and where the money is supposed to go and who's supposed to get what. Most people in Jamaica don't understand it.
Mario, it's not about a structure of government. It's about minimum wage in 2015 was $15,000. That's a
I think a mistake he made this up.
Leo was not making a
Mr.
mistake.
Chuck, I make a mistake.
Leo
Hold
is
on.
not making a mistake. Leo
Yeah,
is
Chopper.
repeating the propaganda line.
I want to bring the man them coming on talk to 148 people.
Give them, you make excuse
Chopper.
for them. They make
No.
excuse. And you make it
No,
to them.
Chopper, me nah make no excuse. Leo.
Comrades are liars.
Yes, but
are liars.
Leo, let me ask you something.
Liar.
Leo, wait no Chopper, man. Leo, do you know the structure of government before I explained it a while ago?
Me have an idea, you know, but me not really try good on it like you know, but me have an idea.
No, I not good on it. It's one book with name Civic for Young Jamaican.
Mario, beg you a second. Leo, if you're going to have political conversations, you must understand the nature of the conversation that you're having. Right? Whether you decide to educate somebody or to contradict somebody or to agree with somebody, you must have the information at hand. Right? Now, hold on, dear Leo. I hear you said something, and up to now, none of my colleagues has corrected you. You're talking about public sector wage, and you're also looking at private sector wage. Government in truth and in fact is not responsible for private sector wage, you know. What government does is give a guideline to the private sector because the government don't know what the budget of the private sector man is. He's just suggesting in order to make it fair, don't go below this figure. You can go way above it, but do not go below that.
Leo,
right?
What percentage of the workforce is earning minimum wage, Leo?
Like maybe 40% right now.
Leo, 15% of the workforce is earning minimum wage. 15%. Okay.
So you tell me, well, I know, you tell me, say, all of them people who are working at them like Chinese places in, and people are working on some construction site where people are cheat them because construction doing them pay $6,000 a day. In. Some people still pay cheap.
$6,000 a day.
Yeah, that me pay.
All right. So Leo, I am glad you said that. Hold on there, man. Let me fling a big stone off of Leo. Leo, I'm glad you said that. Hear what you say? Construction you do, and how much you say you're paying a day? 6,000. That is 30. Hold on, that is 30 grand a week, right? That is 120,000 a month. So you see, you're validating Chuck's argument. So your workers now get minimum wage. So you see, I support Chuck's argument. Go ahead.
You finish? You see, as you know, if you say to one at a time, say, you see the same place where big man and buy bread, and same place the small man buy bread to, see? And what really happening in Jamaica right now, remember where I come up, see, you have price control, the government kind of keep on like a leash pan selling the food and then stuff, see? All of them something on leg up on the free market. That affect it wicked.
Based on what you just said, I want to ask you a question. Who institute free market? Is it Jamaica or is it international?
Listen me, and you say very reason with me, and you go back down in a 9 years ago, 18 years ago. Me no want.
No. You're looking at the thing wrong, Leo. That is why sometimes you don't grow. That is why sometimes you don't grow because you have the thing wrong. This has nothing to do with JLP or PNP. I'm asking you.
When we have come up, we have this and that.
You know what? No administration. I blame no other one.
No, but you're still looking at it wrong. I asked you a general question. The general question that I asked Leo, I said, listen to the question. I said, who institute price control? Is it Jamaica or internationally? I never asked you if it's PNP or GLP. That is the question I asked you.
All right.
So
let me go back again. Let me go back again.
The people who also manage the price control in Jamaica. Yeah, I said they don't have nothing to do with full government.
All right. Let me explain something to you. The world is changing, and as the world changes, you have to change. Now we have what is known as a free market economy, right? Free market economy is not restricted to any one country. It's an international practice. What it means on the free market economy, you scout around for the best price. You no longer have price control system in place unless you're in a communist country, right? So what happens is that me go buy from this vendor, you get it for $15. You go buy from that vendor, you get it for $20. When you come back now, you have to find a way to make back your money because you did get it for 20. Me get it for 15, right? So the shopper now have to scout around locally, and this happens all over the world. Now, as you talk about minimum wage, it is not a Jamaican thing, right? Let me tell you something. Minimum wage in America is worse than in Jamaica.
No.
Leo.
Me not believe that.
Leo.
People. Hold on.
Leo.
Listen.
Leo.
Hold on.
Leo.
Hold on, man.
Stop you now. Hold on. Leo.
Listen,
you know where I talk to you from right now?
Chuck.
Leo.
No. Joshua, let him man say what I say first. Hold on. Let's hear it.
All right.
Let's hear him, Joshua.
You know why I don't agree with you? Zin, me have people who are working in the US now. Me have people in Canada. Zin, are $17 an hour the cheapest in the US. Zin,
lie that man. Foolishness. Foolishness.
Hold
Foolishness.
Leo. I'm gonna say this to you. Hold on, Joshua. I'm gonna say this to you. Leo, use Google on your phone and Google the minimum wage, federal minimum wage in the United States of America. Easy. Me even want me to tell you. I want you to Google it yourself and read off information.
No,
Very easy.
no, you tell me what am I get minimum wage?
$7.25. That's minimum
All right.
wage. Federal minimum wage.
$7.25. Zin, how much that a day?
8 hours. Times up by 8 hours. Now, hold on, Leo. I'm gonna say something to you. Come on, you help you to understand. All right, there are 9 of us on this platform. I am sure 4 of us on this platform right now. 4 persons on this platform is calling from overseas. And not Jamaica, some of the persons on this platform talking from right now. The very place where you talk about, or where some of we are talk from, right? And may I tell you, whereas minimum wage in Jamaica can get you a 2-bedroom house by yourself for 45 grand, a minimum wage salary in America cannot get you a 2-bedroom house. Cannot. You need to learn that. Cannot.
What is the minimum wage? Minimum wage can rent 2-bedroom in Jamaica right now?
45 grand in Portmore, sir. 45 grand for 2-bedroom house in Portmore. It can 2-bedroom minimum wage cannot.
Hey, check out the chat features and the bridge. Don't go with that.
Right?
Minimum wage cannot. Even worse.
Listen me. That is why I'm saying when you're not talking, educate yourself.
Joshua.
All right.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. So,
Am I able to rejoin the conversation now? I keep falling
Sure,
off. Sorry.
protecting. Sure. It's an open conversation.
So Joshua, then for minimum wage, then for the month, that's 64. Then
Hold on, Leo. Leo. Yeah, go on.
I will start right where I left off, and I will try my best to be not sound as disrespectful as I sounded before. They usually, comrades come under the disguise as political dudes. And we usually realize who they really are. They are political dons when it's information.
You're still sound rough protecting JN. You're still sound rough. Take out the done spot.
All right, there. No, man, I quote what the gentleman said. Doc said that he's a political dunce. I think word me I use. Me not refer to
okay.
Dunce.
Correct.
I'm just
Correct.
quoting
I
him.
am a political dunce.
They're usually a political dunce, but what we find out is that they're usually political dunces when the information that is factual is coming across and they want to interrupt it. But they are not political dunces when it's time to attack the JLP. Anytime it's time to attack the JLP, the information that they are putting forward, they know because it's attack on the JLP. But when it's time to give praises where praises should lay at the JLP and the owners, they're usually political.
Protecting JA.
Let me, hold on there.
Omalo, give me a little space.
Yeah, please, let me come up after you.
Yeah, let me speak on the discussion that I keep hearing as I've been in and out because where I am, the connection is not that great. And I was just about to ask a question when Joshua went to it. Where is Leo at this moment? Is he in Jamaica? Or is he overseas? Is he being infected?
Yeah, Jamaica, I believe.
Okay, and one of the questions I wanted to ask, are you being infected by the constant diet of nonsense, negativity, and hatred for the government?
Yes, he has. Yes, he is.
Oh, you can't determine that for me.
Yes,
me speak from when me see. You understand me? Me do my own little canvas then. You understand me?
Yes,
like when you talk about the beach, nobody not tell me see.
And I want to encourage you, sir. You say where you see, I want to encourage you to change your glasses. A time for you to go change the prescription because obviously you're not seeing well. And
hold on. We not argue. We not argue. Hold on. We not argue.
Come in afterwards.
Hold on,
gentleman. Hold on, big man.
Just let me correct. That glasses thing there with you, Zin. When you are going to tell me now, if you change the glasses, Zin. When you can have a prime minister, Zin can come and can platform and can look and use a word like say, Zin. The PMP them come like a dog. When a dog back after a car and when they don't catch it, Zin. When they catch it, they don't know if you do.
give you. Let me help you. Let me help you with something.
I drop.
No man, let me come up, make somebody different. No man. No, don't drop, man. Don't drop him.
I'll drop him. I'll drop him.
Hello.
When you
Come on, allow him. A reason we are reasoning.
Chuck, can you drop him?
Yes.
He's ready.
No, Chuck, don't drop him.
Chuck, you shouldn't drop him. Chuck, I wanted to speak to him. I've listened to the conversation all this time and I wanted to speak to him.
But Chuck, me do I ever shoot a shot more? The amount of money I would deal with them.
No.
Chuck, bring him up back, Chuck.
Protect him.
Hold on, brother. He was just getting ready to share with us why.
Hold on, Chuck. One of them students when them in a class.
I know that this was always going to go. He was getting ready to share with us.
Please.
Why
hold on. One of them students when them in a class and them not get it, you have to give them.
Just give me a minute or two, may I beg? Please, just give me a minute or two. Leo, I've been listening to the conversation. I'm hearing your side of the story and stuff like this. I would like to ask you something because you keep talking about the minimum wage and the big man. Yeah, so there's a big man concept in Jamaica where the government is a big man and you have some people out there that are little people. When you go on a job site to work, do you expect to get the same amount of pay like the contractor or the skills people?
All right, as me say, me not disrespect nobody, and me am at the talk for you. You see how me look on things. You see the people them who really do the hard part of work to me. Me pay attention to them people because without them, this thing can't go through. You see the man who sit down in a white truck, me now put him over the people who are dirty up themselves.
That's not the question you have to answer, Leo. Answer the question Omar asked you. Do you expect to get the same salary as the contractor?
No, I couldn't look for the same salary, but me expect to treat fair.
Why? We understand that. Leo, we could continue engage, yeah? Yeah, we could continue engage. Would you choose a minimum wage worker, a person that you to understand minimum wage worker? Most are people that are not fortunate at the education level and are less skilled. Would you agree with me?
No, I won't agree with you upon that. Because right now, I know education may qualify people can get to work because they have to take for what they do.
You're missing the nature of the question, Leo. Listen closely to the nature of the question, not just the question, but the nature.
No, the question
hold on now, Leo. Leo, hear what he says. The statement that he made, the follow-up statement to the question. He said, these are people who are less skilled. He never said them not skilled at all. He said they are less skilled, and two, they are not fortunate at the education level. Let us contextualize that. A laborer upon your side.
Agree. Listen, can we agree say you have whole heap to me, you have my own me. Can we agree say you have whole heap of people who send gas schools in, come out with 7 years?
Just make your pause there.
You're so big, you defend your point that you now get the context of the conversation.
So what are the Joshua?
Yeah, no, let me continue.
You're going to continue. Just make a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are going to put, because people are complaining, say we are so noisy, so we are going to put, everybody will get that time to speak. We are going to add a 2-minute clock for everybody, and you have the 2 minutes to go back and forth. And nobody is allowed to interrupt anybody's time. Okay?
Look, let's start.
Now, when I'm black out, Omar will continue. Omar in 2 minutes, make him go. He man leave.
Mr. Chuck. Hold on, before you start, see? But just I said this, you see the reason why me say, sound good, But you see the reason why me say what me say look a while. You see, me no like people use name. And this brother come and him say, boy, the goal like PMP, then dunks. I want to say, then a DJ, Dino, say, he still has a PMP dunks. So you see how you feel if you call people name? You don't feel good.
May I reason with you. I not call you no name. I reason with you. Leo, would you choose a minimum wage person that is of low skill, low on the education opportunities? Would you choose them to run Jamaica?
Leo? Remember, Uncle Chuck said 2 minutes, you know, Zane?
Question posed to you, man, you can answer.
All right, listen me, Zane. And me still say it to you again, say, what if people then will say, sit down, Zane?
Would you choose one of them to run Jamaica?
If you have the education to do it, yes.
Brother, that may I try for sure, you know. These are the things that we are talking about. When you are reasoning, you must reason with logics. You're not supposed to reason. Just a minute. My 2 minutes. You must wait, Leo. You must not reason to comfort what you are feeling. Your feeling is not the thing. It is the reasoning. It is.
Leo, can I ask you one question? I don't want to interrupt you. Ask him one question. I don't want to interrupt you.
Get the time. Ask a question in your time. Hold on, man. Continue, Marlo.
And this is the thing. This is the type of thing you will ask questions that are logical, and these people are telling you that they will choose somebody that doesn't have the education level to run Jamaica based on that. It suits their narrative. These are the things that you know you all want to destroy Jamaica in the interest of your feeling. Not you don't want to build Jamaica in the interest of all. Me not gonna say nothing more.
Chuck, long time there. I just want to say something and you can continue the conversation. Can you give me my 2 minutes? Manners and respect. Manners. All right, Leo the best. Kind of get where you come from as it relates to certain things, but you have to understand how the world works. See? First and foremost, the Bible tells you that God stated that by the sweat of the brow, man are gonna eat bread. See? Now you have some man that are gonna be able to work and buy 1,000 bread while your next man can only buy one. And it's a simple mathematics that cause it. See? There are some people who are qualified to get certain amount of money, and you have some people that are not qualified to get it. You keep on bringing up the minimum wage, that is a margin used as which not to go below the payment of people. You can't pay nobody under 16,000 of a 40-hour work week. See, that's all it is, a margin. Government not tell nobody to pay people $16,000 a week, bro. That's not it. Do not go below it. That's the threshold. See? Now, if you want to achieve certain amount of money per month as it relates to wages, you have to get qualified for it, bro. If you're not qualified for a certain amount of money, you won't get it. If you're not a businessman that is offering certain services that people demand, that they pay for the services, you won't make a certain amount of money. So as it goes across the board, there are skills, different skills that people are paid at. And it starts at a level and it goes to a high level. The Prime Minister, no low scale and him no high scale. He was at the low scale when he was not completely educated. He got to the high scale when he got educated and he became the Prime Minister of Jamaica. If you want to earn big money and become top honoris, as what you say, you need to work towards that, bad bro. Otherwise, stay at the level you're there if you want. Simple as that.
Leo, you're going to come next. But let me put a question to you, Leo. And me just travel put so I'm going to put it in before. You said, Leo, you pay your workers $6,000. Is it the same salary you pay yourself and the construction field?
No, the thing about
No, is it the same? So you don't pay yourself $6,000. Why?
No, because me do contract work, like small contracts, see?
Oh, so you're the contractor?
Yes, and we get a house bill and...
You're 2 minutes, go ahead.
All right, you see, in regard to the question where Virgin put to me and I said, boy, if me expect say, we're going to take somebody out of the minimum, we work for minimum wage, Zin, and put them through the country, Zin. me couldn't put a question like that to you. Because listen, you know what I want to do it?
I have a question.
A lot of people in our country right now, a lot of people in our country are working right now, are working for $16,000. We left out of school and have 7 or 8 subjects, then can't get no work. So I know education make them work for minimum wage because them one job not did it. For them to get. And we all know that. See?
Leo.
No man,
I say this. Oh,
you
complete.
When you get work for your payment $6,000, are you alone no say no work no did?
You know, that's what time protecting. Sorry, we never realized that one time. Make it finish.
So as me I say, me still not go agree with you if you say, boy, listen me. All because me see that man there up this and it a work for him. Then when somebody a ball me, I say, yo, we don't have to ball because we could do better or better out there. No, you don't know what people are go through. You really don't know what people are going through. A whole heap of people are feel this. If you pass on TikTok now, you tell me say all of them people are complaining, I lie them until they hate the administration, do it. People are feeling, brother. When you go in a supermarket right now and look, you see 5 or 6 trolley will left up by cashier with people take up who can't pay fee. And these are. I have never been into a supermarket and see 5 or 6 trolley left and no cashier where people can't pay for. You're too lie. Brother, I mean, I said them left with things in them. They go to supermarket. Because reason being, you know, when you go and shelf them, no price of the pan up. So you go and take up things that you want. Leo, that is a damn lie, Leo. Price the pan, everything in a shelf. Leo, you're 2 minutes up. Somebody else, come.
Let me ask this question. I want to ask Leo this question. Leo, I already stated earlier that you pay, because in the construction, you pay your workers $6,000 a day. I'm wondering if you're the one doing the paying, if you pay yourself also $6,000 a day. That's what you do it, Leo. You pay yourself $6,000 a day too.
I'll be say, me pay $6,000 a day. Me charge $15,100 for bill black. When I go work for day, me try bill 150 black to 200 black. Me use 2 labor. And so me get to pay them $16,000. You pay $6,000.
Leo, the question I ask you, you don't answer a question let me ask you. I ask you, do you pay yourself $6,000 a day or so?
No, you ask one question, you know, when relevant and make no sense because me just tell you.
It is relevant and it will make sense when you answer. It is relevant and it will make sense when you answer.
Me just tell you, Cezine, me do construction, me get most from people. They quote them a price and then me try manage the money. We make sure that the money don't me not take away the money and the house not done. So me think me can afford to pay $6,000. So me not pay myself daily. Me work for pay myself. That's how every mason work. Work to pay themselves.
But not everybody that brother. Everybody work for pay themselves. If you not work, you get a salary.
Hold on, guys. They go protect DJ and then Black Hawk.
The man who work for their work don't work for pay.
Hold on. Remember me there, you know. Remember me there.
Who soon come up at the top line?
Anyway,
Protecting JA.
So, me get me 2 minutes. I mean, me really no waste time. Me no waste powder upon black book. So what me I gonna do? I gonna just make my statement. Me jump up on the space to talk straight. Me no jump up on the space, yeah, powder nobody. And beat around the bush and talk to nobody like them a baby. Them money are on earth. Them have them 2 on the eye. And if them can't see, go wash the matter out on the eye. Jamaica is doing much better. Me don't know which somebody Leo know who left school with subject and can't get work. Okay? Everybody at Jamaica who need a job, I get a job. And that is the problem there. People don't want to work. They were not cultured to work. And so we're having a problem in society with some people who don't see a way and somebody can come around and give them something. I am that the culture is changing. It is too slow, in my opinion, but it's changed. So people like Leo will want to come up with something that they like.
I'm protecting your breakup.
If Wi-Fi protecting you.
Protecting. Just
Yeah.
go and set your Wi-Fi. Me soon make you coming back. I have break up.
Yeah, give me the run.
Yes,
Black Hawk.
Yes,
You
sir.
come.
Yeah, man.
You can give Black Hawk in 2 minutes. Let him put it.
All right. Let me 2 minutes by the time.
Yeah.
Set it
You
up.
can give Black Hawk in 2 minutes. But yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'm saying no. You see, let's tell you, everybody playing live. I'm not reach 35 and talk about my reach minimum wage for way. You must reach that difficulty in life and turn back and go work minimum wage, right? For you young, you get a start with minimum wage and do something different. And if I have minimum wage, you must go farming different or what have you different. Is me I say? For me, I look at you on my own. For me, 14 plus, I do my things. Me I say, if I come to Canada, I have to work minimum wage. I want them to work with the blood after the factory. Because I want to teach man, I didn't want to raise my pay. They say, come back to me and say, yo, I took that more for my pay. You know what I say? So you have to value yourself. You have to up yourself with the work skill. You know what I say? If you pay them, they don't love work. And they don't love go to school and they love study. None of them know that, just like that. That's why you hear me talk about minimum wage. Minimum wage is a start in life. If you excel upon that. If a 16,000 I get for a week, you put on one check, put on 500 out of it. For a year, that's how much? $6,000. You say, well, you buy one piece of fence. By 5 years, it a raise some chicken for yourself or do something for yourself different. I do the chicken work, I go for the chicken work in Jamaica. I do go farming. You understand me? Come in the plan to work for me more rich. The plan to work and help myself right through.
All right. Thank you, Black Hawk. Very, very well said. DJ Doc.
Yeah, man. All right. Protecting JA.
Yes.
Hear me say now. We're not powder people. All of we are big people. But me come on a platform where we make it straight. Make it straight that I'm political dunce. And not only me one. Many of us in this country, we are political dunce. We don't get the time to get educated about what happened around we. Not for we just go by where somebody tell we, or where we hear say, we don't get the time or the chance to really can understand the dynamics of how this country operates and how the politics operate. And you see a platform like this is good. It's good for when people come and ask questions and we take the time to embrace the question and to try explain to people more than we put on our mind and say that more than we put on it, I will say to ourselves,
you have to thank God.
That person is of that part, so therefore when that person come to ask a question, them come to ask a question because they might try to interrupt or they might try to be mischievous. So protecting JA, you're going to it the wrong way. All right, sir? That is my part.
But that protecting JA is speaking based on experience that we have with people who well, let me read this, guys. Can I continue to go down the salary scale? Now, this is for weekly and daily paid employees. So in give me. That was a week when they used to get. After 2024, it moved to
we are going with man. We're for life, yeah.
$919. Yeah, $53,919. Is that a 20% raise?
So what? Remember the bigger fellow say want to ask.
I come to you, Nick. Just read out that part there. So from 13,700 to 53,000. Remember, and this is not a tap an hour. This is weekly. Joshua, your time. Give Joshua 2 minutes.
Thank you, first of all, gentlemen. And let me extend my appreciation for all who came, whether we agree or disagree. Now, having said that, I listened to all sides, especially the two comrades, and respectfully, I want to tell you that most of what you have said, I don't agree with. However, you did say you're trying to learn, so I will take it from that position. Now, here's one of the flaw in your reasoning, Leo. I hear you talking about, and I realize that you want to be fair to, in your mind, be fair to those at the lower scale. But if you have been working for over 17 years without a pay increase, then when you calculated the accumulated increase that is due to you, you would have wanted to say, since I had not gotten paid for so long, and I cannot pay my bills based on the lifestyle that I've grown accustomed to, I now have to bring it up to par. All of my workers are now getting more than me, right? So now we have to bring it up to speed. And the reason you could not get paid is because the country at the time couldn't afford it. Now that the country is in a better position, or the business, let us use the word business. Now that the business is in a better position to pay, I can now give myself the increase that I should have been getting 17 years ago and never get. Now, to a man looking on at the outside without the finer details, it may seem unfair that you get so much, but him not understand say you did do all for 17 years and not get no increase, while everybody else around you get increase.
And that's
right?
Please to add that they took
yes, sir.
in 2010.
Right. When Bruce came in, me never ever remember that. Sorry, me never ever remember that. When Bruce came in, they took a
would prefer.
No, we still have to consider creating job right here, so now.
Then better now we are going to create the jobs as the farmers. So the government is allowing the opportunity for the business owners that are in farming to produce more. So that everybody can benefit.
We have three persons. We have Paul Stewart, Maestro, and Pastor Moody that has not said anything since they come up.
All right.
So,
hold on. Let me enhance. Hold on. Let me enhance darker shade question because I attempt to pick Leo brain. Leo, what I realized. Hold on. What I realized listening to you and the recurrent question is that you're thinking like a socialist as opposed to a capitalist. Because what happened, hear what you're saying, government providing employment instead of helping you to create work, instead of creating the environment for you to create wealth for yourself. Right? So remember, if the government owns these entities, one, government never hardly ever run anything good. Right? So it's more than likely going to be a loss-making entity. So JUTC, living example. JPS used to be the same thing. Carib Cement used to be the same.
That's right. Government is not supposed to be in the business of making profit.
Right. And right. So, but if government creates the policies and the environment for you as a entrepreneurial-minded individual to start a business, then you create wealth for yourself while providing employment for other people. That is how the world is operated efficiently, right? So I want you to retool your thinking, Leo. Instead of thinking government needs to provide employment, it's not the government's job to provide employment, but rather to create the environment for investment.
All right,
go ahead.
Let me hear from Paul Stewart, then Maestro, then Pastor Moody. Can we have a couple more people who wait for come?
Yeah, hear me?
We're listening to Leo. It's a hot topic.
We're listening to Leo. See? Leo, I want to have a mindset we decided back in the 60s and the 70s, most of the 70s. And things that type of mindset that can hold sway in a 2025 world, in which he thinks the government must hold on for everything. And if you look at the example of the political parties of the PNP, that them try that and it never work, where government try to do everything, government try to produce it, government try to produce that, and then mash it up. See? And so in the private element within the society, which is private people who have entrepreneurial skill set and business, them not work them type of way there. Not only I think about the world not work away there, especially generally speaking. So film where in which the government can go and produce this and export it. That's not such word. That's why people go to school and learn entrepreneurial skills set and know how to take advantage of the opportunity and plan. The problem with Leo them and them farming is that they don't understand planning and structuring and logistics, so that them can take advantage of the opportunity that exists in a different country. So them think the government must do it because government is there for them. And that's how it goes, Leo. They will not work that type of way there. And I said, if you see an opportunity, you plan it and run it and export it as much as you want. But not come and expect government to do every little thing and plan this and export this and export it to take money and give. And that's how it goes. And that's how it goes at all.
Thank you, Paul. Leo, one question to this now. Is there a boost in the amount of work that you are getting right now?
Yes, of course.
Is it government giving you the work?
No.
So government is creating the opportunity that more people are built so you can get more contract, right?
Exactly.
Leo?
Where's that? So you go.
Government will create the opportunity so more people can build and in turn you get the contract, right?
Precise.
We not agree upon that.
We not agree. Then how are you getting these contracts?
I said we would agree on that.
Okay.
But no, hold on, Chuck. Remember, Leo is a big man, Remember, Leo is one of them big tapanarists, man, and him alone I get the contract.
Not the big tapanarist, no.
But you said it's only the big man I get it.
No.
Don't beat the man like that.
Maestro, come in. Maestro.
God.
Yes, yes.
Joshua, you're the best, Joshua.
Wagwan. I want to admit you actually made the point for me. And him actually...
Great minds think alike.
Yes, man, because he actually answered the
We
question.
seldom define, but I hope that it's not the latter.
But anyway, as with Leo, me understand he's a brother in mind open, and we appreciate the fact that he's willing to listen, put in his input and listen to other point of view. And I'm quite certain he will take away a lot from this platform here. Because Leo, the only thing I will say, as it was reiterated by the host, is that a government's a fiscal, prudent atmosphere. Let me not use economy, let me use atmosphere, wherein which you, as who is in construction, you find yourself, a lot of people coming to you say they want to build. Why? Because people are finding jobs, people are getting good money, so much so that they can develop themselves, so they know building up them house, they can call you. Without that kind of environment where in which most people are living from hand to mouth, you won't be finding where you will see a boom in a construction. You understand me? It's just like the farmer, as somebody said about the farmer. You can't just jump in a farming and just farm something for farming. See, it takes much more than that. It takes research to know what is in demand. What is it that you can plan to tap into that market? You understand me? You go on the website, and you can in the agricultural website, and you will see which produce is needed where, and if you can produce it, then this is where you're going. Is within that economy, so them can make themselves better. Them can make themselves better. You understand me? So that is just it.
Maestro, the government is investing in its people for the betterment of the nation. That's where it's at this point in time.
Pastor Moody, your time. Pastor, we're not hearing you speaking here. All right, Fluffy, go ahead.
Chuck, never leave your Chuck.
Fluffy, this is she have a question